Hi guys, I'm Cheng. Today we're going to be talking about the NYSE versus the NASDAQ. So when we think about the US stock market, two stock exchanges come to mind, right? The NASDAQ and the NYSE. But what are the differences between these two exchanges? Okay, so first and foremost, what does the acronym of each exchange stand for? The NASDAQ stands for the National Association for Securities Dealers Automated Quotations, while the NYSE stands for the New York Stock Exchange. Now that you guys know actual names for these two exchanges, we will now dive into the differences between these two exchanges. So one of the critical exchanges is the type of market which both stock exchanges operate as. So the NASDAQ basically operates as a dealer market, while the NYSE operates as a auction market. So basically in the NASDAQ, trading of stocks is basically performed through a dealer called a market maker, right? So basically this market maker will basically create a security market and sets the buy and sell price. Okay, so to simplify this, think of the NASDAQ as a pasar malam night market, right? So in a pasar malam, there are various stores selling various different products. So in the case of a NASDAQ, these various stores are the market makers. So these market makers will then sell and buy securities from you at a fixed price set by them. In this NASDAQ pasar malam, there's no bargaining. So this means that the price which you buy or sell a security is ultimately fixed by the market makers in the NASDAQ. So on the other hand, the NYSE is an auction market. So this means that buying and selling is performed through a bidding system where an intermediary oversees the entire operation. So to simplify this, so imagine the NYSE as an auction house. So in an auction house, the prices of products which are sold ultimately determined by the bids offered by the participants, right? So yeah, this is basically the price, how the prices of securities are determined in the NYSE. Okay, so another difference is the way the trades happen in both exchanges. So in the NASDAQ, trading often happens electronically, right? So basically, in the NASDAQ, the system matches the prices of the buyers and sellers. On the other hand, in the NYSE, trading happens physically, whereby the floor brokers will key in the order into the universal trading platform. So this means that the brokers which engage in the selling and buying of securities have to be present in the NYSE to key in their orders. Okay, so the third difference is the nature of companies listed on both exchanges, right? Companies in the NASDAQ are usually upcoming companies with massive potential for growth, but are not so established yet. And on the other hand, companies listed in the NYSE are usually more established companies, right? So as a result of these differences in the nature of the companies listed on both exchanges, this means that the share price fluctuations are often more volatile in the NASDAQ as compared to the NYSE. Okay, so the last difference is the price of listing a company in both exchanges. So the cost of listing a company in the NASDAQ is very low compared to the NYSE, right? For the NASDAQ, if you want to list a company, the listing fee ranges from around $50,000 to around $70,000. Besides that, you also have to pay yearly fees of around $20,000. If you compare this to the NYSE, right, the entry fee for listing a company in the NYSE is around $500,000. And on top of that, you also have to pay yearly fees which are dependent on the number of shares which you have on the NYSE, right? However, this yearly fees is capped at $500,000. Yeah, as you can see, it's much more cheaper to list company on the NASDAQ as compared to the NYSE. Yeah, as a result of these price differences, you will often find companies which are newer or may not be as profitable in NASDAQ, whereby as for the NYSE, companies are much more established and have more capital. Okay, so what do you guys think? Do you guys prefer buying shares from the NASDAQ or the NYSE? Please comment down below and like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.